Hey Shelby Bells, it's Shelby. Welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for tuning in for another video. In today's video, you guys, we have to talk about Defnoodles because Defnoodles, there's a lot of drama going on with him right now. Apparently, according to some subreddit, they found this listing for an influencer looking for talent to start a prank channel, and apparently a lot of people are saying that is Defnoodles. So we have to talk about that. If you're interested in hearing more about that drama, make sure that you keep on watching. Okay, before we get into today's video, if you are new here, my name is Shelby. I'm the crazy cat lady of the drama community here on YouTube. I bring you the tea 7 days a week with the help of my investigative research team, Mr. and Miss Kitty. This is Mr. Kitty. He's really the face of the operation here on my channel. He loves to be held, loves to be cuddled, loves to hang out on his throne here. And then we have Miss Kitty. She's really the brains of the operation. She finds all the receipts and all the tea. If you have a receipt from Miss Kitty, you guaranteed it's the true tea, the facts, all of that. Mr. Kitty's not so good at getting the receipts, you guys. He sometimes will bring me clickbait, half-truths, the tea that hasn't fully developed yet. So if we ever get a receipt like that from Mr. Kitty, I'm sorry, he's trying. You guys, give Mr. Kitty a break. He's doing the best that he can. But anyway, if you like the drama, if you like cats, if you like the tea, make sure you give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel down below. Don't forget to ring the bell so you're notified of all my future videos when they do post. Remember that all Shelby Bells ring the bell. Okay, let's get into today's drama. So, Defnoodles, there is like this flyer going around. It's like an advert or, a wanted ad of sorts where an influencer of sorts is looking for talent to start a prank channel, to start doing prank content. And somehow some people think that that is Defnoodles. Now this person said they're looking for like male or female, don't really care, but they have to be willing to just do pranks and stuff like that. Before we even get into all that, we have to talk about my views on prank content. I am not a fan of prank content. I think prank content is really dumb. I've never been into it. I was not into the Vlog Squad prank stuff. I mean, look what happened to Jeff Wittick because of pranks. I was not into, what was Jake Paul's thing? Team 10, was it Team 10? I have no idea what it was called, but I wasn't into the Jake Paul prankster thing. I'm not into prank style content. I don't know if it's because I'm just a little bit too old for that and don't find it funny, but if I could be honest, even back in the day, like back when I was in high school and just younger and stuff, I never found that kind of prank content funny. I don't like videos where people are like doing stunts and getting hurt. Like I've never found America's Funniest Home Videos when they do like the stunts when people get hurt and stuff on the motorcycles or the bikes or the skateboard. I never found that kind of stuff funny. It's just not funny to me. So prank content, if that's the direction that it is, that Defnoodles would want to take his channel, I would think I would just completely tune out at that point. I just probably wouldn't even talk about him, to be quite honest, because I just cannot deal. I just do not vibe with that prank style content. I just never have. But so that was going around, and a lot of people were saying that it was about Defnoodles. Now, Defnoodles actually responded to a Twitter tweet, if you will, about this, and says that no, this was not him. He's not looking for that. That's not true. That's not what he's doing, but he's looking to fire an employee. So while the ad was looking for employees, Defnoodles said that he didn't put that ad out, that's not his, but that he is looking to fire an employee. And that brings up some questions too, because it's like, who is Defnoodles looking to fire? We already know that his assistant Tiana, she quit working for him after an incredibly horrible experience at Burning Man. We know that happened, and now I don't know particularly who works for Defnoodles right now. I don't know. I know that this guy Corey is on the podcast with him, so I guess that's possibly considered an employee. I know that this guy Steven works for Dennis too, doing the podcast, doing the roast battles and all of that. Is that who he's talking about? If you want my personal opinion on it, I've never, and this is no shade to Steven, I guess, in particular, I just don't think Steven's a good person for Defnoodles. I feel like ever since we started hearing about Steven, or at least since I started hearing about Steven, Defnoodles' career has been going down the shitter. I just truly feel that way. And so is Defnoodles finally opening up his eyes to that and saying, hey, like, I think it's time for me to part ways with this guy Steven. Like maybe what he is, kind of pushing on me and stuff is just not the direction I need to go. I was making a lot more money. I was a lot more successful. I was doing a lot more stuff when he wasn't influencing me as much. Maybe I need to part ways with the situation. We're not aligned. Is that what's going on there? Is it this guy Corey? You know, are they just not getting into it? There is a clip that I played in my last video about Def Noodles where, you know, this guy Corey's trying to bring up the fact the roast battle is not going to be happening on Friday. By the way, if you haven't seen that video, I believe it's already out. Check out that video about why I think Def Noodles has canceled his roast battles. But, you know, and Def Noodles shuts him down. Like, hey, no, we're not going to talk about that now. We'll talk about it later. We're not. He shut him down in the middle of the live stream. So is Def Noodles annoyed with that? Is he wanting to let go of this guy Corey because of that? Like, what's going on with that? I don't know. Is it somebody completely different that we don't see on camera, that's behind the scenes and we don't see them? Is that who he wants to let go of them? And why does he want to let go of them? You know, I mean, I don't know. I mean, while you need, as being a larger creator, you know, I understand needing to have a staff of some people to help you out with stuff. I know that if I ever get to be like a much larger creator, you know, if I'm in the hundreds of thousands, I think that I probably would hire somebody to edit my videos. And not even because my videos are hard to edit, because they're not. It's just because it would take the time off my hands, right? And I could just sit here and do the creative work, and I could have somebody behind the scenes just doing the editing and stuff that I do. And it would free up, honestly, and that would just be if I had the extra expendable income to do so, and I would if I was at that level of a success, because it's not that hard to edit my videos. I mean, it's time consuming, but it's not that hard. So it's just like if I were just really ever got to the point where I was so lazy, you know what? Now that I think about it, I'm not sure I would hire anybody to do that, to be honest with you. I feel like it's easily done. Anyone who is an influencer that has less than 1 million subscribers and says they need assistance, says they need people working for them, that's a load of bullshit. You're just lazy and don't want to do it yourself. Because if that's your job, that's your job. Like, I mean, you could, I mean, yeah, if you want to spend the money to pay for somebody to help you, go by all means, go ahead. I'm not knocking it. At the same time, I just think that maybe you don't really need it and you're doing it because you just don't want to do something and you're being a little lazy about it. But listen, when you're making the money, it's your money to spend. So if you want to spend money on hiring and having a staff of people to help you, then that's fine. I think it would come in handy mainly when it comes to dealing with the business side of things. So when you start getting into things like the really big money and maybe helping you find sponsorships, having a manager in that way, helping you find brand deals and all that kind of stuff, that's a little different. But when it comes to like just, I don't know, everyday things, I feel like you just don't really need it. Now, I mean, I guess Def Noodles is putting on a show, right? He's putting on a spectacular performance every week, 2 of them if you count like the little midweek. What is he doing? Oh no, it's 1 show a week. One show is the Friday show, and the next week is the roast battle. Okay, so it's just 1 show a week. But I guess when you're thinking about that, you need to have people that are watching the door for your shows, and you need to have, you know, people behind the scenes working the tech side of stuff. So I guess in his case, maybe he does have to have some employees. But who could it be? And why is he airing that dirty laundry onto Twitter? I don't know. Why that? I see, you know, and that just brings me to the point of whenever influencers do stuff like that and they put stuff out there into the world, it makes me think, okay, do you want us to talk about, you must want us to talk about this if you're putting it out there, because you already know if you say you want to fire somebody, all the drama channels are going to be like, oh, Def Noodles wants to fire somebody. Who could it be? Let's speculate, because first of all, drama's slow, and second of all, that's just how people are, right? So, I mean, I don't know. He clearly wanted us to talk about this or he wouldn't have posted it. You don't post things if you don't want people to talk about. Oh, I don't know. That's not necessarily true. I've posted stuff and been like, I hope people don't talk about this, but I know they will. But I don't know. I wonder who he wants to let go of. I wonder if it is, you know, somebody we just don't see because they're behind the scenes, or if it's one of the people that he has on screen with him. I feel like the more interesting choice would be somebody he has on screen with him, you know, who collaborates with him in that way. But also, I mean, whatever. I mean, if it's somebody on his tech crew for the roast battle or something like that, or somebody who's dealing with God knows what behind the scenes or something like that, and they're just maybe not showing up to work or not doing a good job or whatever, then you know what, then it is what it is, and sometimes people have to be let go. But I don't know. I mean, what do you guys think? Let me know in the comment section down below. Who do you think Def Noodles wants to fire? And what do you think about people saying that Def Noodles is switching towards print content? Let me know what you think about that in the comment section down below too. I'd love to hear from you. And that's going to be it for today's video, you guys. If you did enjoy it, make sure you give me a big thumbs up, subscribe to my channel down below. Don't forget to ring the bell so you're notified of all my future future videos when they do post. Remember that all Shelby bells ring the bell. And yeah, guys, if you enjoyed today's video, YouTube should be suggesting a couple more down here for you to choose from, so I'd love it if you did that. And aside from that, I will see you in the next video. Bye, guys.